Welcome to the Friends and Rivals podcast.
Let's talk Devils and Islanders, let's talk Penguins and Rangers, but let's not talk about Flyers, cause they're a bunch of fucks, which no one can deny, which no one can deny.
We are a man down this evening, and what a fucking terrible night to be a man down, especially when that guy covers the New Jersey Devils. A lot happening in the Metro, so we're not gonna do any intros. We're just gonna get right into it. And the two biggest stories since we've come back from the Olympics that are outside of Jack Hughes now seem to be the New Jersey Devils and the New York Islanders. One fired the coach, the other fired their GM. For the Icelanders, Nick, I kind of get this. But then again, I don't really get this. This tactic doesn't seem to really work for every team that has tried it for sure. And I just didn't think the Islanders were in that position yet to I don't know. I thought Wow was doing a pretty decent job. You know, from an arm's length. That's the Icelanders, and we'll get to that in just a second. But the thing I don't understand, what benefit did the Devils have in firing their GM 4 games before the end of the season? Is there a benefit to any of this other than to give Tom Fitzgerald an opportunity to go to Nashville now? Is that the only reason why this happened? Because they're saying it was very amicable, the breakup between Fitzgerald and the Devils. So did he just want to get the hell out of there and be available for the Predators? It's just puzzling to me. Why not just let him finish out the year? What does 4 games mean?
Unless they have some plan. I mean, that's what I would
plan.
Like what?
I mean, 4 games left in the season. Nick, what's their plan?
They'll hire somebody else. I mean,
yeah, that's great. There's nobody available right now.
That's the only thing. I mean, what else? It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's very strange. The Islanders, you could make the argument that 4 games left, but while go through it. I mean, why not? But on the opposite side of the end of the corner, what they're saying is, or what kind of makes sense is that the Bauer is going to be a guy they were going to target anyway. It sounds like from everything that
wait, he's your coach. You don't want to say his last name yet?
No, can't say it right. I gotta say it wrong.
Keep going with the Bauer. Keep going with that until you fix it.
Bauer. The Bauer. Anyway, with Wab, he was inherited. You know, before Lou had hired him, Darsh tried him out for a year, and well, I guess that was not the direction he wanted to go, for whatever reason. I mean, there's been some things back and forth with like guys like Duke, where it was pretty much in the shithouse all year, even though he scored a bunch of goals, and then you had Shabanov, who mysteriously just stopped playing for the team for like 20-something games. I was right, and then he came back.
This sounds like a GM issue, not necessarily a coach problem.
Well,
so far,
not playing your guys. I mean, I don't know. That seems more like a coach.
I mean, the Declare thing.
Declare thing was
for sure.
That stemmed from last year, not even the start of this year. Okay, it's weird. Like started from last year. He came back hurt, got hurt again, while publicly being a big thing about it. Went over in the offseason, went and made amends with him. Everything seemed to be kosher, but even when he was playing well or well-ish, he still, kept getting put in the press box. I don't know if that's part of the reason, but there's always lots of pieces. It's not going to be one thing unless it's very obvious. But it sounds like they wanted to make the jump, get a coach off that was high on their list that they didn't want to have to fight for, because everyone knows, like, as soon as the season ends and all these teams are essentially out of the playoffs, they're going to make coaching changes, fire guys, and go higher. So jumping ahead of the line effectively, which I get. And then also the fact that the Isles are already playing like dog shit last 4 games in a row. The first time they've lost 4 games all year, by the way. And they've been pretty bad losses. I'm not saying, and I mean, obviously, Darcy's not going to say that, hey, like, he lost the room. They never say that.
No.
That's, could be. I mean, sure, but at the same time, like even Matty Barzal today was saying a couple of days ago when this happened in Vegas and they fired their coach and he's laughing. He was like, oh, that's why would they do that? And then a few days later, we did that. So, it's he was kind of perplexed. Like it's just a very sudden thing. So I don't think it was a player thing. I think it is more that he didn't align with what the GM wanted to do ultimately, and I think they just decided to pounce on getting the guy that he wanted. Because I mean, he called him and basically got a 40, had to call Dallas ahead of time, get because they fired him last. Apparently, they have to. It's I find strange. You have to call the team that fired him. I guess it's because they're still paying him.
Was under contract for 2 more years after this. What $5-6 million?
Yeah, yeah, they ate the money. They don't care.
Yeah,
that's not.
Yeah, they're gonna eat the money, but they still have control over him. So you have to. Yeah,
they did that. That always happens, and that's happened a few times with all the guys that have gone through. So anyway, they had to call him, and he was surprised about the call, but very quickly was like on board with the vision. And so 48 hours later, since the call, because it was right after the Carolina game, apparently, which goes and tells you that, hey, like there was probably some decisions made, like this is the make or break game, and they happened. So, I mean, now.
But I don't understand how you could have a make or break game with 4 games left in the season. I don't get this. It's not specific to the Islanders, Nick. It's to fucking every sports franchise that has done this.
I find it strange, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. To me, I'm like, Schaefer, I feel like would have been enough of a draw to a guy like, Bauer, or him, whoever else you wanted, right?
It's still great. But do you think he was their first call? Or do you think they called like Butch Cassidy and been like, hey, you want to coach the Islanders? And he's like, I don't know. I got somebody on the other line about some white walls. I'll call you later.
That's a good question. No? That's a good question. I don't know. They don't say that. So
no, it's like that scene in Major League where they're trying to get the fucking manager from the tire sales place.
I get it. I have a hard time believing that Kim calling anybody at this point would be like jumping all over to Coach Schaefer, and the guys are coming up. Sorokin, Barzy, they're fun guys to coach, I'm sure. And the island's good place to live, blah blah. And there was apparently a familiarity with the people here because Lou had connections with certain guys that are still at the organization that he'd hired that were there when he was the Devils, previously, and blah blah blah. So I don't know, man. It's bizarre. Obviously, I didn't expect. I think all of us expected if this was going to happen. It's if you miss the playoffs, right? Like that makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. I'm excited to see how the team reacts because they have not looked very good the last few games. But I attribute that to different things I'll talk about later in my segment. So
there was since 2000, there's been 4 coaches that have been hired with 8 games left to go in the season or less, and have gone on to win the Stanley Cup. Larry Robinson, Dallin Bylsma, Daryl Sutter, and Craig Berube. This Islander team is not winning the Stanley Cup this year. I mean, listen, Sorokin can go on some sort of fucking run, but they're not winning the Cup this year. So that's why it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me with the whole changing of the coach. Good.
It makes more sense, like since they did hire DeBauer. I have to relearn how to say that. Since they did hire a guy with that pedigree that like looks like he's going to be their, I would assume he's their coach next year too. Like it looks like they were like legit hiring their head coach of the future. Like it makes a lot less sense to me when they do this sort of thing, like especially like in the NFL and they put an interim coach in there. It's like, what's the point there? Right. But like if you're like actually hiring your replacement, I guess it makes a little more sense. I mean, I still 4 games ago, I still think it's a desperate smells of desperation. But since they are, replacing him with a proven head coach, makes a little more sense.
Right, a Stanley Cup winning coach,
according to somebody.
That was what was that Arthur Staple? Our Staple rather. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm sure it was a 40th slip in his part for sure.
It's either 3 or 4 more years. I don't know how much because I've seen 2 different reports where he plays this, 4 games out, and then another.
Do coaches' contracts really matter how fucking long they are? Honestly, none of them do.
They don't.
None of them do. So
They clearly don't.
like I have no idea how long and what Mike Sullivan is getting paid and how long his contract is.
It's not on the salary cap. Who gives a shit?
Right, exactly. Coaches are not part of the salary cap.
There's that crunchy cereal.
What are you eating, buddy?
It's not cereal.
What is it?
It is extra dinner. Is my rice and beans with kielbasa.
Oh.
You like kielbasa in the can?
Can? No.
Never mind.
I don't know that one.
That means your butt, Nick. Your can means your butt. You like a kielbasa in your butt. See how jokes are terrible when you have to explain them?
Can you explain more?
No. And this whole devil thing, I know I started saying it before, but I know Steve's been asking for this all season. But man, 4 games? Do it at the end of the season. Give the guys some fucking dignity. I don't know. I just don't get it. And you know what? If Drury did this, holy shit, people would be losing their fucking mind wanting him fired immediately, unless he was a GM that got fired. But if he fired a head coach with 4 games left, it'd be a very interesting maneuver to do for sure. And he would have gotten destroyed for it.
I guess the GM thing makes sense if it's like amicable and they're just like walk away, and Fitzgerald may have something he wants to go do. Who knows? But I don't get it from the Devils' perspective if they don't have someone lined up quickly. Because as you know,
well, they said it started immediately.
They gotta get someone in place because the draft comes up real quick, and free agency and everything. I mean, Darsh had less time than this.
He got hired like after the playoffs, didn't he?
Yeah, it was not a lot of time, man. He was
not a lot of time.
It was like a week before the draft, or 2 weeks or whatever. It was super quick, but regardless, this is like they have time, but I hope they have a plan.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if they fucking who did Toronto just fire? Who was the GM? Tree Living. Can you imagine the Devils hiring Tree Living and having what's his face behind the net or behind the bench? Oh god. Nothing would please me more for the New Jersey Devils than to have those 2 people in there. That'd be great. I think
GM's probably going to come with a coach, though. I mean, they haven't made a move on the coach yet, but wouldn't the GM want to bring in his own guy, a new GM?
Yeah, but again, who's out there? Are they going to hire Patrick Waugh? I don't know. See, I thought of anybody that was out there, Laviolette, all those guys. I thought Cassidy was probably the coach who could probably step in and be a really good coach for your franchise, and he could fit anywhere.
Yeah, and Billy made a good point, right? Like, who's available? And that's why Waugh wasn't fired right away, because it wasn't someone better, obviously better. And Waugh had obviously good grasp of the team already. Give him another year, see how he turns around. If not. So, I mean, who knows? They might have the same position. They might hire a new guy, comes in, and let's, wait till another year and then finds the guy he wants, unless they're available immediately.
He had a day of practice today. Did he change anything? Did he do anything different? Or was it standard issue going through the motions of a practice? Just instead of why you see whatever you call them.
Oh, I was talking about the Devils, but I was.
I could care less about the fucking Devils. Yeah. We've been done talking about the Devils.
But yeah.
But really, with the Islanders, did he do anything?
In 4 games left, there's legit you can't make much of a change of anything.
Well, unless he sees something magical in the lineup and he makes some magic moves between lines.
Yeah, and the only thing that could happen is people come back from injuries, realistically, and tighten your game. Like, what's he going to tell them? Like, you can't change the system in 4 days. Maybe he's watched some tape and said, hey, like, focus on these things. But that's it.
Don't fall.
Don't suck.
Right. It. Aaron Sorkin, stop the puck. Very, very simple.
The problem is, though, Waugh was not a guy that was a tinkerer during the game. He basically was very quiet. He says some assistants do his things and only gets really animated when shit was going down,
Yeah, that's a lot of coaches. I see the same thing with Sullivan, Nick.
But he's not a guy that's sitting there tweaking things left and right every 5 seconds. He obviously changes up the lineups to try and make things happen logically. Like it wasn't a guy that was. We've seen coaches that come in.
Elaine Vigneault. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was like every day there was a new line. Couldn't keep a line combination together.
Terrible. Yeah, and it's the worst. And so with guys like that, it's impossible to like. It feels like getting chemistry, but it doesn't make sense. But that wasn't Watts. So like another guy coming in, only he could do is opposite of that, I guess. But like really, he's just going to come in and not do that. You're not going to disrupt everything. You're going to come in, think what you try something that works.
Hopefully,
maybe
you're not going to disrupt everything.
You don't have that much time, and the playoffs are right there. So if you're going to make the playoffs, you got to win the next 4. So we'll see.
So I have been on JT Miller for the past, I don't know, forever. A lot this season. Let's just say that. So the New York Rangers gave out their end of the season awards. Jabanajad got the Police Guys Award, and then JT Miller gets
McDonald.
Yeah, the Mr. Ranger Award. I'm so furious right now, Bill. Like I can't think straight because
I didn't know that this was I had no idea that this ever happened.
They started giving these out when Rod Gilbert passed away. So they did a Mr. Ranger Award. So this exemplifies what being a Ranger is, right, Mr. Ranger? And he's your team, he's your captain. So on this face-off right here, this was against the Montreal Canadiens on Thursday or Friday of last week. The game is tied at this point in time, and
big draw here, 5:13 to go, and that's a win for square up.
You could try to put your stick down.
Yeah, just standing there. Blames the ref 1,000%, as he should. But there's also a point where you look at the rest and you say, what the fuck, as you're skating away back into the play. Again, this is just another example of the laziness that JT Miller has displayed all season long. And it's not just on this play. It's been on numerous goals that have been scored where you see him just kind of gliding at the end of the play after the goal is scored, and you're like, Jesus Christ, JT Miller again. I don't understand how the Rangers can give JT Miller a Mr. Ranger award if this is supposed to exemplify what it's like to be a New York Ranger. If this is what it's like to be a New York Ranger, we're all in big fucking trouble. Well, at least
maybe it's because they suck this season, and they were trying to make it fitting that way.
Yes, they don't suck right now. They picked the perfect time to go on a fucking hot streak. More on that in a minute.
Your teams love doing that.
Thanks, Bill. I appreciate that.
You know, the Giants could have picked first overall if they only lost their last game.
Yes, they could. Yes, they certainly could. And by the way, what we've been talking about for the past 2 months about Brady Chuck coming to the Rangers, it's starting to get a little heat in the media. Have you noticed that in the past couple of days? I hope everybody has.
Talk about him leaving. And he's like, when he leaves, he's not staying in Canada. He's coming down.
True.
And he's going to a big market. Well, I don't know if he's going to a big market.
Or to his brother's team.
That'd be crazy. I don't know how they fit it in with all their
they don't they're no Bobrovsky's contract, so they could put that in there. They could find a way to fit it. Yeah, they could definitely
figure out a way.
That. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, they always figure out a way.
Yeah, 100%. They're in Tampa, finding ways.
Yeah, exactly. That's a team that does a silent rebuild or a retool, if you will, and they're still friggin' good as hell.
You don't have to retool. Well, I shouldn't say it. You do need to retool. You don't have to rebuild when you have a Kucherov, a Hedman, a Vasilevsky. Those are how dare you? First of all, second, underrated. Okay, and then all the other guys that are around them, Point and Cicerelli.
Well, Cicerelli used to be there. If that makes you feel any better. He was an original Lightning, I believe.
But I mean, but you have like superstars on the team. It's a lot easier to just retool constantly. and people want to come there, and they have Florida as, no income taxes, so that's like obviously a beneficial thing. Having obviously a GM that understands how to make a team work real well. I mean, that team just they're in their window, but they're getting closer to the end of it. But unless they can figure out replacements for some of those guys over time, but it's nice to see a team like that.
It's gonna be very, very difficult.
But Brady, the Rangers should definitely be on him. I think many teams should be on him. If
the Rangers, and again, this is going to happen, so just watch it as it unfolds. So you're going to have here are JT Miller's wings next year. Gavin McKenna, Brady Tkachuk. I just want you to watch it all unfold this year, and everyone's going to and you'll be like, wow, amazing.
If that were to happen, you will be unbearable all season. It'll be back. It'll be back to the year.
More unbearable is what we mean.
No, absolutely unbearable.
Well, I have to ask a serious question. Am I more unbearable when they suck, or am I more unbearable when they win?
When they're winning.
When they're
winning, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I laid
because they're winning. You're nitpicking every small thing, while the rest of us are saying like
President's Trophy winning.
Yeah,
New York Rangers.
Well, listen, it's not every year your team wins the President's Trophy, so you have to let that carry on for the entire year. And you guys tolerated that for an entire year. Wow.
Well, we haven't had a President's Trophy winner outside of the Rangers since we've been doing the podcast.
Wowzers.
New Jersey didn't do it. No, they didn't do it either.
Nick, we're not talking about that shitty team the rest of the fucking day.
Yeah.
The rest of the show. That's it.
Not bad.
We can work on what to call your coach. I'm only kidding. Of course. All right, we're going to start out with a shitty team who decided that the end of the season was a great time to go on an insane winning streak. 5-2 over the last 7 games, and really 5-2 since Peter Sikora was called up from Binghamton. And he has really just been a shot of energy. He's been a consummate, locker room guy, and he's just that guy on the ice that's just so full of life. And it's great. And he affects his other line mates and his other teammates. So I'm not really surprised that the winning streak kind of coincides with him doing that to the team, which is a great thing. But it's all about the future and how much of these kids are we going to see in the future? They're evaluating them. They're seeing what they are, who they are, what type of player they are, and the bodies that they are now. But this Hamelash guy, this Peter Sikora guy, and there's another handful of guys that are playing right now that I would absolutely love to see come back opening night and get an opportunity to go when the season starts next year, and they don't have to waste fucking money on a PTO contract for Connor Sheary next year, which would be amazing. And that's another thing I don't get, and I haven't gotten all year, and it's Connor Sheary's continue to be allowed to play for this team. You have the exact player in Hartford. You have a younger version of Connor Sheary. Sheary's what, 33, 34, somewhere like that. And then you get Brett Berard, who's in Hartford, who's about 24. Why aren't you given the minutes and finding out what Brett Berard has on a day in and day out basis? Why are you still continually wanting to give Connor Sheary ice time? Okay, he stumbled upon a couple of goals. Yay! Connor Sheary has no place on this team. In a retool, he just doesn't. I'm sorry. You have enough veterans to handle the retooling and to teach the young kids. You have plenty of veterans to do that. You don't need a Connor Sheary to do that.
Conspiracy theory answer?
Yeah.
The Penguins were really successful under Mike Sullivan until they let Sheary go. And that coincided with the fall. So
okay, that's fine.
Maybe he's got that, maybe he believes in him somehow.
Okay, the Rangers are fourth from last in the NHL.
It's not. No,
how did it benefit them?
I'm not going to argue that part of it. I'm just
well, fine. How about that? We did the experiment. We don't need to see it again.
True.
I'm on board with that.
I don't disagree.
I'm on board with that. But listen, they're playing really well. You have 4 games left in the season. and they're all on the road. No, there's one home game tomorrow night against the Sabres, and then they Dallas, and then they got the Florida trip to end the season. Sadly, I will not be in town next week to see it. I'll be in Phoenix. I will not be in town to see I would have definitely gone to that game for sure, just to see those kids play. And look, you got young kids playing really good. Gabe Perreault has certainly found his way in the NHL, and he looks to be a player. Scored a hat trick. This is the first time since I think the 70s to where they had players with back-to-back hat tricks on back-to-back days. I think the last time it happened was early in the 2000s where they had back-to-back games, but back-to-back days in hat tricks hasn't been done in quite some time. So yay. But listen, this is what you want to. What's that?
Who had the other hat trick besides
Will Cooley last night?
Okay.
And that 8-1 demolishing of the Caps. The Red Wings and the Caps.
Hurt me to watch that.
No, I know, but the Red Wings and the Caps come into the Garden to play a Rangers team where they should have just decimated, just manhandled, but neither one of them did. So they're not really high on my list to make the playoffs this year. I don't even know, is Detroit still in the playoff spot, or are they battling for the basement like everybody else? No, they're battling for the basement just like everybody else. And look, the Bruins and the Senators hold the last two spots. Islanders just on the outside, 4 games left. Gonna be fun
and
next 2 weeks.
Fuck the Flyers.
Yeah, well, fuck the Flyers.
We got to do something about it. I mean, Christ, I'd much rather see the Islanders in the playoffs than the Flyers, even if we were the ones that had to play them.
Yeah, but I think you'll have you have an easier time against the Flyers in the first round.
Oh, I agree.
Nah.
I agree.
Against the Islanders.
I just don't want the Flyers in the playoffs whatsoever.
I agree.
I'd just
Fuck
rather not.
Yeah. Fuck the Flyers.
Yeah, I think the Islanders are a tougher matchup because of their goaltending, if as a potential playoff matchup. But yeah,
all about the goaltending. I agree. All right, that's enough about the Rangers. Nick, Icelanders.
Well, after a pretty good week of going, really 3-1 in that last previous week, with one of the wins being over one win over Columbus in a kind of when we were starting this like real skate to the finish here. Started off the week last Monday on the podcast with 8-3 drubbing of Penguins over the Isles. 8 goals in the second period. Isles were up 3-1 and then quickly behind 5-3, and then 3 more goals. Absolutely just crushed. Terrible. Maybe it's the thing to come. Sign of the things to come. Next night in Buffalo, close game for pretty much most of the game. It was Isles were never held the lead and tied the game late in the third and looking like they might get to overtime and get some points, and then let up a goal. It's a big defensive breakdown, and Peyton Krebs scores the eventual game winner. But it wasn't a game winner. It was they had an empty netter, and then we scored a garbage goal with a second left. So it didn't matter. But that was really rough back-to-back games to lose. Friday against Philadelphia, a must-win in another back-to-back. Started the back-to-back with Philly. Lose 4-1. They were never in this game. They were down 3-0. Pretty much 2-0 in the first, and it wasn't until almost a little more halfway through the second they scored. Barzy gets his 50th assist of the year. Nice. But get blown out effectively by Philly. And then the next night they flew down here. I almost went to the game, but we had too much going on, and I couldn't really sacrifice going to see the game for life things and what we're doing here. So it was like, no, this week is very crazy for us. So I was like, I don't want to start the week by having a day watching the Islanders and then Easter where we had people and hosting and then have a crazy week. So it was not an ideal time to go to the game. Isles Isles score the first goal of this game, and then actually they'll have a 2-1 lead early in the second. Shabanoff scores his fifth goal of the year. Back on the I think he played in Philly, he played good. Came back, played another solid game, looks like. Kind of wonder why he didn't get more time. He's gonna be an RFA at the end of this year, so I don't think he's gonna come back. He's probably gonna walk. He didn't play that much this year. Half the games maybe, and him most of the time in the boxes in the press box is not a good feeling. So we'll see what happens there. Isles end up going basically. They tied the game. Not tied the game. They got a late goal, empty netter, but that wasn't enough, and Isles couldn't come make the comeback. Of note, the Philadelphia game, I forgot to mention, the Isles had while it was 4-1 in the third, they pulled the goalie for I think almost 8 minutes. Nobody scored. 8 minutes.
What?
Schaefer
That might be why
like,
Wall got fired.
Schaefer had about three.
Might just hit the nail on the head.
Schaefer had about 3 saves that were like, the fuck is this? It's unbelievable.
They gave him the save of the game on the broadcast.
Come on.
No,
they did. They pulled
They
that.
did.
Yeah,
yeah,
because it was
Unbelievable.
remarkable, honestly.
unbelievable. So great week. Isles have 4 games left, all home, but it's a tough one. Toronto, which is the easiest game on Thursday, by far the easiest game, and then it's Saturday and Sunday back to back with coming into town will be Ottawa, and then Montreal, and then we end the season on Tuesday against Carolina, the best team in the East. Possibly.
And I'm sure Carolina would like nothing more than to knock you guys out of the playoffs.
100%, and they're fighting for that spot. They don't have it. It's not locked up. So the major things obviously we talked about, coaching change. We'll see how much of an impact it can have. They obviously had Sunday this stuff happened. So today's first practice, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days of practice with a new coach at home. There's no travel, which is an advantage because they don't have to go anywhere. He doesn't have to travel with them for the rest of the season. And
listen, this season you get 3 straight days of practice.
Nothing.
Good for you.
The way they did the schedule is for top.
The schedule's fucked for everybody this year.
Absolutely crazy. So randomly we'll have 3 games. It just kind of works out, right?
Yeah.
But the silver lining in all this is Romanov and Varlamov were skating no restrictions today in practice. So they're saying with Romanov, he might be available in the last 1 or 2 games of the season. He was expected back.
That would be good going into the playoffs for sure.
Yeah. We desperately need help on the back line. And I don't think most Islander fans don't understand how important a guy like Tony DeAngelo has been to our team. Because obviously all the shit he brings. He's not great, not amazing defensively. He gets a lot of minutes, but he can move the puck. And you need that. It's incredibly important to be able to move the puck and keep it in your zone and do things as at the point that he does very well. And without him, we only have Schaefer. There's nobody else. There's literally nobody else that can do that. Pulak and Pellick are not those guys. So that's why we split them up. Having them with Schaefer and Tony works pretty well. And then, of course, when we get, if Romanov is back, then he can play with Tony or somebody else. But man, it is so obvious that the team went straight downhill when Tony DeAngelo's went down. So hopefully, I'm not sure. DeAngelo's like still day to day, but that could mean anything. But the fact that DeAngelo, Romanov, coming back possibly to on the defensive end will be huge. Romanov hasn't played up for like months, so I don't know how he'll look. But Varlamov as well, he might come back. Honestly, my feeling with that is that he comes back and plays like 1 game and then retires. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe he comes back and plays another year. I think he's got 1 more year on this contract.
Varlamov?
Yeah, I think he's got one more. But he's one of those guys that's like he had double knee surgery. I don't know if he's replacement. It's crazy. Like, oof.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At this age, I don't know. I think you're
I
right.
don't know, man.
Get fucking
I
rid
feel
of
like he gets. I think I think he's gonna try it out and see how he does. We'll see.
him.
If Niles are out, he gets a game.
Hey, Varlamov, good luck, bro.
I definitely, if they're out by Carolina, I think Varley gets the game and they play him his last game. Honestly, I think that's what's going to happen. But
Yeah, I thought this past game that Jonathan Quick played at, I forgot who the hell it was against. I thought that was going to be his last game. Yeah, I think it was Detroit. You're right. But who knows? Probably his last game at the Garden. That's for sure. Were you done?
I'm done.
All right. Let's hear about the second place Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, no music. Usually the music's playing by now. Oh, is it because Steve's not here?
Steve's not here.
Oh,
Yeah,
Steve's not going to play the music.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that.
It was Steve all along. God damn it.
Always has.
All right.
That'll
Got me. I even made the joke and he still got me. What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Somewhere wherever Steve is, he's all of a sudden got a giant boner. He's like, why?
Why was he talking to a girl? Anyway, sorry.
Because he's taking pictures.
Right.
So the Pittsburgh Penguins, we actually love our coach and our general manager. I just want to point that out. Just
there you go.
So blissfully happy with the two of them. So I mean, they actually had maybe their best week, since the last time Trump was president. This week, I mean, like they starting with this past Monday when we were on the podcast, the game
100%. And here's how.
That was your vagina.
Game that Nick referenced earlier. The Penguins came back and won that game, obviously 8-3 against the Islanders. Then they beat Detroit 5-1 the next day. So I mean, two teams that they were like in an absolute dogfight with, like dead heat and points. They beat them on back-to-back days. Then they actually lost to Tampa 6-3. But then they had a weekend. They just had a wonderful weekend. Back-to-back home games, Saturday and Sunday against the Florida Panthers, which is a little bit weird. But they just kicked the shit out of the Panthers for 6 periods over the weekend. Outscored them 14-6 over the 2 games. None of those were empty net goals. They all beat goaltenders because the games were too one-sided for them to pull goalies at the end. In that first beatdown on Saturday, Evgeny Malkin scored his 1400th point. And he scored a goal, and that was assisted by Sidney Crosby, and Crosby tied Steve Yzerman with on the same goal that Malkin scored, his 1400th point. Malkin went on to have a hat trick in that game, so 39-year-old guy still running around scoring hat tricks, which is great. And like it was just such a great week for Penguins fans, because like a week ago right now, I was like really in doubt whether the Penguins could even make the playoffs or not. I mean, just so many teams in such a dead heat, and they put so much distance between themselves and everybody else who, I mean, the Islanders were not the only one of those teams that went on a weird losing streak. I mean, a lot of them just, the Senators started to fade away.
Columbus,
Detroit struggling, Columbus struggling, the Islanders struggling. Like it's, and the Penguins just, won 4 games in a week where they played 5 times in 7 nights. So big week for them.
Islanders the worst record in the Eastern Conference in the last 10 games.
I believe it. I've watched it.
Well, that might get a coach fired. So with 4 games to go, the Penguins, look like they might already have enough points to be in the playoffs when all said and done, but if they get like 2 more, then there's just no question. There should be no chance of them losing number 2 in the division, unless they really kind of struggle. But they should be pretty well locked in for number 2 in the Metro. And there are 4 games left. They've got New Jersey, Washington on back-to-back days, and then St. Louis. So Washington's still, chasing down a playoff spot potentially, but after that game that they played at the Garden the other night, they might be on the way to golfing pretty soon.
87 with 4 to go, Bill. It's going to be tough for them.
Yeah,
to even catch like the Flyers or the Icelanders.
Penguins are so the Penguins are feeling good about their chances. This good times, good day.
Do that last week of the season, maybe the second game against the Caps and then the last game against St. Louis, do you sit guys? Do you sit Crosby, you sit Malkin, get them ready, or just let them get into their groove and let them just keep playing?
If they're locked into number 2, then I think you just let them make that call. I think you go to the players and you just let them make that call. Would they prefer the rest, or would they?
They're never going to
sit to play out the string.
If you asked a hockey player that, they're never going to fucking sit.
The only guys I imagine would sit would be Letang, Malkin, and Crosby. If things don't matter, maybe they go, I could use the last game off of the year if it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're never going to sit.
But realistically, they're playing every game.
Yeah. But they may also want, they might make a decision to have some of the depth guys come in and play a game or two, a guy like McGroarty or Koivunen, who have not, they've been playing down at the AHL, but maybe they want them playoff ready in case, something happens to somebody. So maybe in that scenario, maybe a couple guys sit and let those guys in.
It could be just maintenance guys, maintenance days for certain guys. Everyone's
especially
hurting
Crosby's knee and whatever ailment Malkin was having. I agree with Nick too.
Yeah,
I'll be interested. I think we'll all be interested to see what the report is, or like surgeries after the year with all these guys, because every time it's always like insane. And a guy like Crosby went through this, missed a lot of time after the Olympics, and I don't know. Has he looked like back to normal, or is he kind of like, you think he's still a little?
I don't think he's. I don't think he's quite up to what he usually does. I think he's still like a little bit bothered physically, but Ricard Raquel and Erik Karlsson have carried the team through March. I mean, Crosby could just get up to speed whenever, because Raquel is, he's shooting high stick every chance, and he ain't missing. I mean, he's on a hot streak. He's on like a 5-game goal scoring streak, 8-game point streak. Player of the week, 24 points since the start of May. Karlsson, 28 points since the start of May. Like, those guys have been on fire playing together.
Fire.
You mean this guy?
What Erik Karlsson was saying, I mean, he has a case for it.
This was one of my funniest things that I saw on Twitter all year, or on whatever TikTok. Was this Erik Karlsson play?
Yeah.
Like he
took a stick.
Oh, what the fuck, man? This is like a JT Miller play. Come on, Karlsson. What are you doing?
Erik Karlsson was saying, I mean, he has a case for it.
Yeah.
He said to the referee what every podcaster wants to say to a ref. Excellent. Good job.
Karlsson in his own zone, though, like, that was as good as the defenses you were going to get anyway. Was him without a stick just yelling at the ref is about all he can offer in the defensive end.
God bless us, everyone. God bless. Oh yeah. All right, are we still? Do you have cards? We have series 2.
Fucking great. Oh yeah.
All right.
Let's
do this.
You've been burning in my. I've been burning a hole and just sitting staring at him all the time.
And now you get to open one. Ooh.
I know, 2.
And look, and look, it's dealer's choice tonight. Whichever one you want to open, you never get to pick a pack.
No, that's not how it works, man.
What do you mean it's not how it works?
That's not how it works. We're not changing this shit up. 7.
But Steve has to pick then.
1. Numbers 1 through 70. 2 numbers. 1 for each of you. Gotta be different numbers.
5.
8. 2.
All right. 5 and 2. Unfortunately, last week, if you weren't here listening now, I had a friend come over, and he's a talker. Shut up, Ryan. 6'7".
Yeah, we know we lost you
Yeah, I couldn't get. I was in the talking zone. I couldn't get out, and I was trying to text you guys while I was stuck, but it was. I don't know if you even saw my text. I don't know. Either way, all right. So now, if you guys weren't remembering, looking for a Schaefer. All right, let's see how we do. All right, boys. I can't see this. I forgot how this works. I gotta do this. Where's my camera? Camera's on this side. All right, we got checklist card.
Ooh, checklist.
I can't even tell who that is. So
No, that's
Tage Thompson, Jack Eichel,
and Jack Eichel. Yeah,
checklist.
2 Buffalo Sabres in the same card.
Actually, very funny. All right, let's get this light back here. Marcus Patterson, Vancouver. We're rocking the old Vancouver jerseys. I like those.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Those were quality jerseys.
Oh, I like this one. Elaine Hudson, one of the best young defensemen in the league. Honestly, I love watching that kid. He's fantastic.
Yeah, his brother just got called up by the Capitals, right?
Caps. Yep.
Yeah, he was -4 against the Rangers. Good job.
A little different from college.
A little different. We got we got an Islander, Mr.
Your buddy. Good job.
Anthony Duclair, Mr. Duke.
All right.
He's actually, he played.
Bench him.
Play some more.
Put him on that bench.
Him. All right, here we go. Jack. McBain laying down. Weird fucking card.
That's a weird card.
In the puck. In a weird spot. All right, let's see. Future Ranger.
Gavin McKenna? Oh, Brady Chuck.
Brady Kachuk. There he is.
OPG.
Brady Kachuk.
OPG card. All right, we got here. Oh, feels a little interesting. I can't tell which direction this is. Okay.
That one, yes, for sure.
Yeah. It's sideways on the side here. Brady Martin. I think he's he was a rookie. Brady Martin. He was the rookie. No, he's not.
I'll take your word for it.
2023. Yeah, so he played a couple years. That's a cool looking encore card. Oh, we got a canvas. A Young Guns canvas, not the one I was hoping for.
No, other way.
This is a Bruin. Ugh. John Furianchi. I don't fucking know this guy's name.
Fibonacci sequence.
No, it's Farinacci.
Farinacci.
Yeah,
it's like
Fibonacci sequence.
Canvas cards feel different. That's kind of interesting.
Are they made of canvas?
I guess so.
Then they would feel different.
All right, Jacob Slavin.
Yeah.
Looking hard.
I like it when you gotta say everything else you can suck it.
Kevin Hayes. Ooh,
Penguin.
Is he a Penguin anymore?
He is. He doesn't really play, but they have him.
He's not hurt?
Lundberg.
He's not hurt.
Bill Lundberg.
Bill Lundberg. Look at that face. He is smiling.
In the penalty box, man. That's what
in the penalty box. That's what he is doing.
Box.
No, he's on the bench, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good picture though. I like that picture. And then Mr. Jack Drury. No relation? No relation to
No, I think he's his nephew.
Nephew.
Yeah.
That is a relation.
Yes, it is. It is a relation. Not relation, not relations.
Relation.
Big fucking difference. So I hear.
So far. All right.
So no Rangers cards? What the fuck? Have you opened a Rangers card?
Brady Kachuk. Come on.
Well, future Ranger. Yes, of course.
Nick DeBauer is gonna love coaching him.
All right, we got pack number 2.
I forgot there was a pack number 2.
Brant Clark. Brant's a name.
Yeah, it's his name is Brant.
Brant.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
That's bad. Oh, we got the man, the myth.
Whoa.
The legend. Sydney.
That's a good one.
Rose Bay.
Wow. You know the way Nick reacted before we saw the card? I thought it was going to be a Japanese player.
Oh! Nick Cousins.
I don't think he's Chinese or Japanese or any type of knees.
Got knees. Lucas Raymond.
Raymond.
Raymond. I guess that'd be cool if you like a little posh feel of his name, like Raymond. Duh.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with those little things above the letters because it completely changes what the letter is. It turns R's into a sh.
It does. All right. Was a Ranger.
Oh.
Ooh.
Frankie.
That's it.
Frankie
Vetrano. Nice. Little sizzle reel.
Sizzle.
Always
Little
like me some
sizzle
Frank
reel.
Vetrano.
Franklin. Uh-oh. A Dougie Hamilton slaps.
Ooh,
Like,
that's cool.
I don't think we've seen this kind of card before. Very
it just sucks that it's Dougie Hamilton. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
Doesn't even have his stats on the back.
plain card, yeah.
Because they're awful. He plays for the
we
Devils.
got our young gun. Nikishin. Alexander Nikishin. This is the card I was hoping would be Schaefer, but no dice.
Maybe. Listen, you said other packs. It's okay.
Other packs, 100%. Nikishin.
Got
He's
other
pretty
packs.
good, though. He's pretty good young gun. I dropped another card. Tuvo Teravainen.
Blackhawk Canes back to the Hawks.
Oh, Clayton Keller.
Mm.
One flying. I have to go find it. Ooh, Alex, don't touch me.
Don't untuck me.
Rocking the Sabres jerseys. Those are the same jersey colors we use for our Lumberjacks, and
I think they're wearing those tonight against the Lightning.
you got a double card, a Jack Hughes and a Cole Caulfield, who is
Checklist?
very checklist card, very imminently. Where the fuck did that go? Imminently going to be a 50-goal scorer. Oh no!
They going to dog food?
No, Anders.
You dropped
Lee.
Anders Lee.
I dropped Lee.
Yeah.
He was looking down at that puck. He was like me. I was looking down. I wasn't looking around.
It's okay.
right,
It's only your team captain.
There you go.
For now.
All right. Well, some packs cracking. We'll see how we do next week.
Oh, you got some good cards, and you can pronounce everybody's name right, so it fucking sucked.
Fucking great. Fucking great.
Exactly.
This is the wrong bell.
All right, let's go to the weekly WTF. What do you got for us, Bill?
All right. It's going to be another quick one. We're just going to go through the other sports stuff again. I made it bigger this time for you, Tom. This is going on right now, actually. Number 2, UConn versus number 1, Michigan.
It's so early in the game. There's no need to watch this game. So you're going to turn this game on at like 11:30.
Something like that. Yeah. Second half for sure. The women did play, and
what?
It was whites versus blacks. And the whites
Come
won.
on, dude. What are you doing? Oh boy.
UCLA beat South Carolina.
Wait, the white team won?
The white team.
Stop it.
The team in white.
Wow.
By 28 points they won.
Team in white. Oh.
Team in white.
Oh.
Well, that's also the white team.
Yes.
Oh, it's team in white. Yeah. Okay. We're still waiting for the NCAA Final Four for the Frozen Four for hockey. We do have North Dakota, Wisconsin.
Can't see that.
It's too small to even read. Denver and Michigan.
Yeah, is that better? No, that's not even better when you put it in a full screen.
I know. That starts on the 9th, and the final game is on the 11th. So check that out. Did we see the Joe Adell home run robberies in Major League Baseball? Anybody?
Yeah, and you catch the ball in play, it's an out. I don't care where your body ends up, it's an out.
Oh yeah. That was something that Steve was trying to. I mean, he's just ornery. He's a complainer, right?
He's so
he's gotta be
stupid.
Can't.
It's really.
Can't be happy for someone making the three incredible plays in the same game.
Yeah. So
the last one, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a Jeter fucking moment. diving into the crowd, catching the ball. Not in the playoffs, but
yeah. So took away 3 home runs in one game, in a game that they won 1-0, by the way.
Holy shit. I didn't realize that. Holy
they
crap.
won 1-0 off of that guy.
Yeah.
Imagine he hit the home run. That'd been insane.
That would be insane. Jeez.
So that was what was happening. And I just knew everybody wanted to get to this part anyway. So there you go, Brian.
There you go, Brian.
Also,
buddy.
You guys didn't chime in on the text before, but flex scheduling when you're moving a game because of the weather, I mean, that's not the same thing. What is he talking about? Steven, what are you talking about?
It's just one of his causes. I just don't think he's going to get a lot of momentum fighting that fight. I don't know.
No.
But he feels strongly
Definitely
about
not.
it, so I support him.
Yeah, listen, I get it, but if it's for the weather, it's a good fucking reason. And I'm sure nobody wants to sit out in shitty field and watch the fucking Mets and freeze their ass off with all that wind. I'm sure they don't want to do that, especially at night when it's 10:30 and it's 40 degrees out. You'll be freezing your ass off.
Yeah, it doesn't sound pleasant. Yeah, I would much rather have that during the day.
Yeah.
You're going to sit in a baseball
would
baseball game in April. I mean, should be a day game around here.
I agree. Didn't they do that in the beginning of the last 2 seasons? Where have 6:10 starts as opposed to like 7 or 7:30 starts? Didn't they do that in the beginning of the year for like April? That was
I don't remember what seasons they did it, but I do remember them doing it. Yeah, it was a good idea.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about? We'll just keep chatting.
Well, who's the one on the left?
Lexi Bell.
Is that? Wow. Is it really? She changed. Not clothes. Yeah.
Not clothes. What clothes?
Exactly. Listen, I'm a big fan of Lexi Bell. She's a big talker. All right. Now, speaking of big talkers. I bet you do. All right. I got her all queued up. And this, everybody, is...
I love a surprise.
I like her already.
My name is Marlene Dubois. I work in business. I trade against foreign currencies.
She's French, Bill, and she's got red hair. You got to love her.
Against the dollar. Recently, I've taken up karate. I'm a yellow belt. It's been a healthy way for me to get physical and also get out some aggression. You know, my father told
I got a way for you to get physical and let some aggression out, baby. No? All right.
Yellow belt is a code, by the way, in these videos.
What is it code for?
It means she's willing to pee on you.
I asked Steve to get a slow clap in the yeah, he hasn't yet, but wowzers.
Steve strikes again.
But wowzers.
and be excellent. If excellent is a choice, why would you want to wake up and be anything else but that? One time a man took me sailing. He said, grab a sweater, we're going on a boat. And I said, on the water? When I'm looking for...
No.
Nope, Bass Pro Shop.
We're just gonna take you for a drive on the trailer.
Are you kidding?
Park it at the mall.
We don't know, Brian. All right, we're not done with the video yet. We know she likes to pee on people, but that's about it.
Oh, if it's up to me, she will.
Candidate.
And she likes to drive boats on land.
I'm kind of looking at a man like I'd look at an investment. Do they have a big, strong base? the potential for risk, but not a lot of downside. I like a big guy. I like feeling like I'm going to get kidnapped at any moment. My dream first.
Wait. I feel like a big guy, and I feel like I'm going to
she
get
likes
kidnapped.
a big guy.
This lady's all over the fucking place.
Date with a lover. You would pick me up in your BMW. I live in a townhouse on Beverly Glen. I'd get to see the inside of your car. Then we'd go to a museum and you'd show me your favorite painting. I'm a fan of the classics. The key to a good relationship is being able to travel well together. I want to be able to be in a foreign location with a man and kind of not have a meltdown.
Where'd the meltdown come from?
I don't know. This lady's like fucking everywhere. And do you think this is her real voice, by the way, or is this just something she did for this video dating thing?
I feel like these also are like much longer than they show you because they just, like you said, there's so much going on here. So you ask a million questions or just, I don't know. Can't follow.
I agree, Nick. I will try and find the longer forms of these videos and we'll watch those. I couldn't agree with you more. Excellent idea.
What have I done?
Time to start a second podcast.
Well, look, Brian, from all accounts, she did. 100% she did.
Can your vagina be too wet? 100%. And here's how.
Not doing this one. Not this segment.
No, not this segment. Well, nice to meet you, Marlene.
That's a name you don't hear anymore.
No, the last time I heard Marlene wasn't that one of the twins in Spaceballs?
Might have been.
Marlene. I'm Charlene. No,
I think you're right.
I think I'm right.
That's probably it.
It's the last time. I don't know if I've ever met a Marlene before.
But they're all 65.
Chew your gum. Why didn't someone tell me my ass was so big? Oh, God. I hope number 2 is just half as good as number 1. That's what we all hope and pray for. Well, listen, to everybody who's still in the playoff race, good luck to you. You're going to fucking need it this week. We'll see if Nick's new coach with the weird name does anything differently than what Wow would have done. It's going to be a very interesting week, and we're going to see you next week. Billy, go ahead. Say something witty.
I forgot what I was going to say.
My friends and rivals. Flyers fuck, flyers fuck, flyers fuck off. Flyers fuck.
Oh, I know what it was. I do want a kibasi in the ass.
No, it's kibasi in the can.